back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Just doing kind of a relaxed version tonight on the couch. Hope everyone doesn't mind. So, thought talk a little bit about this 4-game winning streak for the Edmonton Oilers. They're a second-half team. They're proving it again this year. Taking it, as Jay Woodcroft always says, 1 game, 1 win at a time. But you really feel like this team is finally coming together. Was at the Seattle Kraken game last night, and it was definitely one of the best team games I've seen them play all season long. Jack Campbell especially, talking about turning a corner over his last 8 games. Just looking at the stats here on Sportsnet, Campbell is 5-2-0, 2.02 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage. Obviously, when the Oilers signed this guy to 5 years, $25 million. This was more along the kind of results we were expecting, but Jack Campbell, throughout his career, has struggled at times trying to put it all together, and his start with the Edmonton Oilers was certainly no exception, but congratulations to him. He looks like he's finally found his game, and as a result, the Oilers now have 2 strong goaltenders for the first time all season. New dad, Stuart Skinner, sorry, cat's playing around there. New dad, Stuart Skinner, back with the team. He was looking really strong before he had to take that little leave for the birth of his son, Bo. But yeah, guys, we were talking about it in the summertime, the Oilers finally having 2 goaltenders. It sure didn't look like that was the case for basically the first half of the season, but with the emergence of Jack Campbell, hopefully Stuart Skinner can continue his strong play now here coming back, because the Oilers are going to need both these guys to step up. Mike Smith was the goaltender last year that really led the way for the Oilers. This year, I have a feeling it's going to be a mixture of both Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner, although Campbell might get the lion's share of the starts here with, especially lately, how strongly he's been playing. Getting Evander Kane back, of course, absolutely massive. Had plenty of scoring chances last night, just has to get that timing down. But you know, with Evander Kane, that's not going to take too long. We discussed last night, Jesse Puljujarvi, a healthy scratch. There was some speculation, obviously, that was possibly due to being held out for a trade, but nothing happened today. And from Jay Woodcroft's comments to the media today, he said it was really just, you had to scratch someone. It was a really tough decision for him, and Jesse Puljujarvi ended up being that guy. If I have my guess right now, I don't think any Oilers trade is going to be imminent. You really get the sense that from listening to Stauffer on Oilers Now and comments from Ken Holland that he's just going to be patient, wait it out here. The Oilers have some time now, especially with this winning streak going. There isn't that desperate urgency to make a deal now. I mean, things could change here on a dime pretty quick, but with the way the team seems to be coming together with Jack Campbell's emergence, I think that that timeline got pushed back a bit. The Oilers are just going to take a moment to pause, see which guys they really do need to focus on here. Another guy that's really emerged lately is Philip Broberg. Obviously, Broberg has been in lots of speculation about trade talk, because the Oilers, if they're going to get one of the bigger fish, especially on defense, they're probably going to have to give up a key prospect. And really, at this point, I'd probably be more inclined to give up Evan Bouchard than Philip Broberg. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to push Evan Bouchard out of town, and ideally, you don't want to give up Bouchard or Broberg, but if it's between those 2 guys right now, and one of them absolutely has to go in a trade, I'm definitely leaning towards Broberg at this point. He's just proven more to me over this past while. And Broberg, of course, has that ability to play both the left and the right side. So the Oilers can put him basically wherever they need him. He's probably going to be the guy that gets sent down to Bakersfield if he does stay, if the Oilers do acquire a left shot D. But who knows, maybe with his kind of emergence here, maybe they shift focus to a right shot D. I mean, more than likely it's going to be a left shot D if the Oilers bring someone in, but we'll see what happens here. But obviously Philip Broberg is turning some heads and making people think twice about who the Oilers should target here. Bo Horvat's names come up this past week. as I said in earlier videos, I just can't see the Vancouver Canucks trading Horvat within the division to the Edmonton Oilers, although the Seattle Kraken, according to Vancouver media, are pretty high on trying to acquire Horvat, and of course the Kraken are within that same Pacific division, so I guess anything's possible, but I just can't see the Oilers being able to put together the best package for Bo Horvat and beat out a bunch of other teams and convince the Canucks that the Oilers is really his best destination. Maybe when he's a free agent this summer that becomes more of a possibility, but even then, the Oilers don't have any cap space, right? So, yeah, as I mentioned before, I don't think Bo Horvat's a strong option here. We talked about yesterday that Jesse Puljujarvi, Warren Foegele, and Derek Ryan are the three guys that are kind of being put out there. Frank Saravelli of Daily Faceoff mentioned this. Those are the three guys the Oilers are really considering moving. Derek Ryan, I thought, had a pretty good game last night against the Kraken, scored that nice garbage goal there. But there's guys down in Bakersfield that could be potential replacements for Derek Ryan. Was listening to Oilers Now today, and Bob Stauffer brought up a guy like Noah Philp. I was talking about Philp in an earlier video as well. Philp can be that replacement center for Derek Ryan. He's got the size and obviously a much cheaper option. I believe he's in the $800K range, so they save some money on the cap there. Getting Jesse Puljujarvi and Warren Foegele out the door, I hate pushing guys out, but if the Oilers, as I've said a few times here, are going to do anything of substance, Puljujarvi and Foegele are two guys that are definitely going to have to go for the Oilers. So I think those are the two key names to keep an eye on there. And then Derek Ryan, obviously another option there. We'll see if anyone ends up on waivers over the next few days. I read today Sportsnet insider Elliot Friedman speculated that we might have seen Jesse Puljujarvi put on waivers today. Obviously that didn't happen. Frank Saravelli mentioned yesterday that trade talk around Jesse Puljujarvi is heating up, and there was some positive talks. There is interest out there. What I heard today was that you might have to put a sweetener with Puljujarvi to get him out the door. And if the Oilers can find a way to clear that full $3 million, obviously that will be absolutely key for them here going forward in anything they try and do at the trade deadline. But yeah, overall, guys, just wanted to say how happy I am with the 4-game winning streak, how it looks like the team's finally coming together, the emergence of Philip Broberg, the emergence of Jack Campbell. This is exactly what this team needed to push forward here. I really think they can challenge for one of those top spots in the Pacific Division. You feel like this is a team that can go on a run here. They're finally doing the right things. Going 11-7 really seems to help the team. The addition of Vincent Desharnais as the 7th defenseman, becoming a big fan of him. Was really fortunate to see his last game in Bakersfield there, and I have a feeling that really might be his last game in Bakersfield. As a 7th defenseman, how are the Oilers really going to do any better than that? A guy that comes in, has the size, has the will, and does that well defensively for them. So he's taken a few extra penalties since he came up, but I mean, one of the penalties last night was basically for being tall because he elbow into the guy. So yeah, I mean, what can you do in that situation? So I think that's pretty much all my thoughts here for tonight, guys. Like I said, just kind of a relaxed version of the Oilers rundown. Just want to get my thoughts here of the 4-game winning streak, the emergence of those guys, and yeah, just really happy with how the team is looking right now. Power play needs some work. The power play was really struggling last night against Seattle, but the Oilers are always a strong power play team, so don't really have too much concern about them turning that around. Let me know your thoughts on the 4-game winning streak. Do you think Jack Campbell really has found his game? Do you think Philip Broberg is really an untouchable for the Oilers now? What are your thoughts on the team overall? Let me know in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.